Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is the day that I'm going to take the Fox Body out and kind of clear the cobwebs out. But this time, I'm taking you along with me and we're gonna basically ride along. I'll tell you about what I've done to the car, how long I've owned it, some things that you may be interested in if you're thinking about buying a Fox Body. And who knows, maybe we'll come across a race, some cars. I don't know. The sky's the limit. This is Florida. It's beautiful outside. It's like 76 degrees. So let's get in. Let's do it. I'm gonna get the Corvette moved out and get the car uncovered, and let's just go. As I was mentioning in the video, I've owned this car since 2001, which is crazy to think. I've had a lot of offers on it too. I've always kept it in the garage, and it's completely rust-free. It's never been in an accident, and it's just a really cool car. I've had a lot of fun in it. I have a lot of memories with my friends out driving in it, street racing and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it, do another project, who knows, but for now it's pretty cool. Also, I have the windows down right now, but the AC does work in the car. Like, I can turn on full blast right now. It's ice cold that comes out of it. Something you don't see in a lot of these cars that actually have air conditioning that work in them, and you know, the power locks, the power windows. I did take the cruise control off though whenever I put the Supercharger and everything on it, but I thought, hey, what the heck, I don't ever need it. But now that I have it, I'm like, looking back, you know, 15, 16 years ago, taking the cruise control off, I kind of feel like I probably should have left it on. That's first gear. Oh man, this car is not the fastest car in the world by any means. My Vet is way faster. I mean, the Vet's almost, you know, 760 horsepower. This car is around 450 to 475, and I don't really know because I've changed the combination on it so many times that I've had it tuned so many times. It's usually around that area, 475. And that's just how it is, man. It's just like, it's a 302, and you know, it's got a supercharger on it. I think these blocks stock, even though I have a main girdle built onto the bottom end of it, I think these blocks stock are the 550 horsepower is all you're gonna get really out of them, like religiously every day, like just beating it up. So if you're gonna go like 600, 700, 800 horsepower, you're gonna have to go to an aftermarket block. And you know what? I don't really care, because this car, the amount of power it has versus like weight ratio and the short wheelbase and everything else on it, it's just super fun. I mean, it's just, that was fourth gear. It's fun. I mean, it's just super cool. Gotta be careful. Got some water spots we're hitting through. As far as like the drivability of this car, I mean, Fox Body, if you're planning on getting a Fox Body, just be mindful that they were built like tanks. I mean, they were built in the 80s when, you know, a lot of manufacturers were trying to switch around like the strut McPherson system that they had up front, and they ride like shit boxes, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they typically ride with a lot of rattles, interior rattles and stuff like that, and it annoys the hell out of me. I hate rattles, and a lot of these cars rattle. The IROCs rattle, the Firebirds, the Mustangs, all of them rattle. I don't know what it was about the 80s, but 80s cars are just shit boxes when it comes to like the build quality of the interior. I'm not gonna lie, it really is bad. But the feeling you get from driving these cars, it's just, you can't explain it. It's just something else. There's a lot of charm and a lot of character that come along with these cars when you own one. So that's the trade-off. Oh, here we go. Let's hit it a little bit. Fucking 90 already. Oh my god. This car runs, man. This car runs. I should probably delete the part where I said 90 already. I don't know, man. It's really strange. This, out of the hole, this car just rocks. It's like, it's just balls to the walls fast. But you know, top end is where it kind of loses out. I guess the Supercharger does pull it through. The fastest I have ever had this car at the track was an 11.73. Now, I know it's much faster than that. That's just me, because I think if I put a better fuel injection system on it and just pounded and beat the hell out of the car, I could probably get definitely down to low 11s. But I think this car has actually 10-second potential to it, potentially, who knows, but it's a really fun car. It's just super, super, super fun. So I don't really care about drag times when it comes down to it. I don't care, because it's just fun to drive. That's all that matters, really. If you're out to get drag times, then you're out to get drag times. If you're out to have a fun car that's a cruiser that everybody likes when you take it out, and when a Camaro, that sounded pretty good. When I take this car to car shows, man, people like just like barricade around it. It's just really weird. They just want to really look at it and find out what's done to it, and and there's not a lot of Fox Bodies out. Whenever I go to shows, there'll be like maybe 3 or 4, and that's it. But I can take my Z06 to a show, and nobody stands around it. Nobody talks about it or anything else like that. So it's just what it is. All right, we're gonna get some pulls here. Let's roll up the windows. I'll leave the right one down, that way we can. My right window just as I was bragging about my windows working, then it decided to stop. See, this is what you get with old cars. I think the switch has got a little bit of corrosion issue going on, but hey, it's working now, so that's all that matters, right? so fucked up, man. I got a Tesla next to me. These guys are probably gonna want to play around or something. Who knows? Make sure I have gas. Mind you, I'm beating and pounding away with it with the AC on. You know, most cars in this generation that are still on the road, you can't do that. And it not run like overheating or not even work at all. But this car is sitting about 180 degrees right now. so nice. Now, if I get it in really serious heat, like it's 100 degrees outside and I'm sitting in traffic, it gets to like 205, 210 in that range, which is like the max that you ever want to have one of these cars, right, temperature-wise. But it's still fine because, you know, the thermostat in this car should be around 190. I have a 180 in it right now, which is cool. I also have a electronic pusher fan on the front of it, and surprisingly, and you're probably gonna laugh when you hear this. Oh, that was a Range Rover. Wow, that was really slow, but it sounded cool. If you couldn't hear that, it's a car that passed me. But yeah, these cars typically run really hot. I mean, seriously, because you got to think about these cars. There's a small engine compartment, and they closed off the front end on these generations, the 87 and after, where they have like the nose piece where there's no like grill or anything on it. There's no airflow that gets these cars. And what happens is there's actually a little deflector underneath the bottom of the bumper that is supposed to push air up into like the radiator, but that doesn't work unless you're rolling. So I put a pusher fan on the front of the condenser and everything to help a little extra air get through it and keep the car cool. So right now we're running 100, looks like about 175, 180 degrees, and yeah, we're cruising with the AC on in Florida on like a 80-degree day. So yeah, you can't get any better than that. All right, let's get some shots of this car. Nice beauty shots. This car is just, it's fun to drive. I mean, it really is. It's got so much character, and it sounds cool. It has a Flowmaster exhaust. If you're wondering what exhaust system I have on this car, it is all Flowmaster. That's like the iconic exhaust system to put on these Fox bodies. Like, you know, that's what works, you know? I like turn around this shit. Oh shit, you know what? Actually, I'm filming and kind of got fucked up with a little bit of cars here. That's it right here. About this car too is it's so small, it's easy to turn around, and you can see out of it. There's no blind spots in this car at all. They actually, I mean, it's a very easy car to drive. It's super easy. Get some shots. So I guess if I'm going to leave you guys with anything about owning a Fox body, it's it's an undescribable experience. As far as like the car itself, you may not be a Fox Body fan at first, but you grow to love it so quickly. It just embraces you and like takes you over. Because before I owned this car, I had a lot of old muscle cars. I had a 79 Trans Am, I had a Malibu, I had an RX-7 as well. I had a lot of cars over the years, 67 Fairlane. And I actually bought my first Fox Body as a daily driver because I had a 79 Trans Am that I built that had a 400 in it, which was built to the max. Beautiful car, ran amazing, but I didn't want to drive it every day. And so I just bought a cheap old Fox Body for like $3,000, and it was a GT, it was an 87, red with silver underbody. And the day I got in that car and drove it home, I fell in love with it. I was like, it feels like an oversized go-kart with a lot of power. And I had so much fun in that car. In 2 weeks, I sold my Trans Am. Like, I'm done. I'm just gonna put my investment into that car. And ever since then, I had not looked back. Fox Bodies have always been the main car I've always owned. And I just really like them. They're really fun. And they're easy to work on. The motors are super simple. They got a lot of space to work on around them. They have a 4-link rear suspension in them from the factory. They have coilover front, or they have coils and springs. Wait, the front suspension is shocks and coils, but I put a coilover on it, so I can't say that. That is from the factory, but you can convert it very easily. And when you think about the upgrades for these cars as well, there's such an array of parts for these things. It's just unbelievable, and it's so cheap. You try building like a modern Mustang, like an S550 or an S197. I mean, it's crazy expensive. 4 cams are like $2,000, you know, and the suspension systems are crazy expensive on. The transmissions are crazy expensive, but you get into one of these cars and you can relatively build a very fast, fun car at a very affordable price. So the bang for bargain is just unbelievable. So if I'm going to leave you with any last words, is buy a Fox Body for the economy and the fun factor, not because you want to go extremely fast, although you can if you really want to, but that takes a lot of money. I was trying to hit the horn in the middle like this, and the horn buttons are actually little bitty buttons up on the side. You have to like grip the wheel and push your thumb to hit the horn button. What the fuck is that shit? I tell you, some stuff that the Ford engineers think of is just completely ridiculous. Like the steering wheel. The steering wheel is completely ridiculous. This car is just fun, man. I'm in 4th gear. Look at this. 3rd gear. This thing is just stupid. It's like a little rabbit. It just likes to hop around. Like, you just stick it. It's like, whoa, whoa. It just jumps. The giggles and smiles per mile are just phenomenal in these cars. It's just so fun. Come on, go, go, go.